Time now for your insider report. It was a week ago today that the mass shooting happened at the Cameo Night Club in the East End. We brought it to you right here as breaking news on Good Morning Tri-State. Lucy May from WCPO.com wrote a column this week. We've been covering the story, nuts and bolts of it, the facts, and the fact that 16 people have been injured and one person died. But you took a different spin on this and what it means to the community.
Right, and what I did for the column, I talked to two people who have been very active in trying to reduce gun violence in the community for years now. I talked to Pastor Ennis Tate, who leads the Project Nehemiah ceasefire program, and I also talked to Mitchell Morris, who works at Cincinnati Works. He works for their Phoenix program there, which tries to get employment opportunities for people with felony convictions. And both of these men are people who are in the community and really trying to reduce gun violence. And Pastor Tate told me that really for months now, people who are active in this work have been kind of very quietly worried that something big like this was going to happen. The gun violence has been so terrible in our community this year. I mean, from the death of little Alexandria Thompson in her home in Mount Auburn, only 9 years old, shot to death in her home. That was in January of this year, and it just seems like it's been non-stop, just week after week, something awful. And he said they were really worried that something big was coming. And his point was, if this has happened in March, what's it going to be like in the summer when the schools are out and temperatures are hotter and tempers flare? And so there's a lot of concern in the community.
One of the other concerns that people have is the fact that the information has been very tough to get from anyone, like from the media, from police perspective. What did they say about that?
Yeah, well, I talked to them from the perspective of not only with this incident, but with other shootings that we've had in the community. Why are people unwilling to come forward with what they know? And and I think some people have been coming forward in this shooting, so I want to be clear about that. But for a lot of these other cases, there have to be people who know something, who saw something, and there seems to be a reluctance to talk to police. Pastor Tate said he thinks fear is a big part of it, that some of this violence has been so brazen and so public that there's a fear that if I talk, someone's going to retaliate against me or my family. Mitchell Morris told me the other issue, and something that he really works to try to stop, is people, if you're a victim of gun violence and you haven't been killed, or if the victim has been killed and there are family members or friends on the scene, Morris will actually go to the scene and try to calm things down, because there's a real fear that people aren't talking because they want to take it into their own hands and they want to retaliate and get what they perceive as justice. So there are a lot of complicated emotions and factors that go into that. And people like Pastor Tate and Mitchell Morris are really working to try to calm everything down in the community, to get people to think about these things before they take matters into their own hands, to cooperate with the police and kind of get justice in these situations.
Well, we are still waiting now to see what will happen as the result of this case, but you can read Lucy's article right now, your column right now on WCPO.com. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.